We are back. I'm Sheldon Baker. You're watching Baker in the City. And of course, Small Paul said I did not introduce him. So again, Small Paul is here with us, and he probably will have a question later on, right? What do you think? We're going to put you back there, and maybe he'll kind of sleep for a little bit, but something like that. Anyway, he's here. Small Paul is here. I did acknowledge him. And I would like to introduce someone I've known for a great number of years. He is an award-winning photographer based in San Francisco, and his name is Michael Mustacchi with Mustacchi and Associates. Michael, welcome to the show.
Well, thank you for having me, Sheldon.
And we've got you live via Skype, and sometimes it's great when technology works. I guess sometimes it isn't, but anyway, it's great to have you here. And you were here a couple months ago for a short period of time, and great to have you here for a longer period of time. We're going to look at some of your work, talk about what you do, talk about the photography biz, and what's involved and how people can contact you. We'll also let you know about that. But you've been a photographer for quite a while. I think you started out in the media biz, and I know you've been on your own for a while. But tell me, a lot of changes, huh?
That's right. Things have changed a lot. I started in a small newspaper here in San Francisco and just continued on and branched out, started doing more commercial and corporate work, actually, and also working with the San Francisco Fire Department for about a dozen years.
So when you worked in the newspaper business, you were still using film.
That's right. And just as I was being unfortunately cut out because of budgetary constraints, we were just starting to do digital work in the fire department.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. So now when you say working for the fire department, exactly what did you do? I know a little bit about what you did, but share with our guest what your role was as a photographer for the San Francisco Fire Department.
Well, I was, as they would say, photo one, and I responded to actual fires as well as photographing the standard grip and grin, the promotions, ceremonies. But I would actually photograph the actual fire going on and how firefighters fought the fires, and then afterwards was working with the arson unit, photographing the actual center of the fire and helping preserve, as they would tell me what it was, through photographs evidence.
Okay, so now you really were at ground zero, so to speak, if I can use that terminology. What you saw going on, is it like we see happening in the movies or on television in terms of the, well, in the movies or on TV, I guess it would be exciting, but is it the same way? Is it really how we see it?
I would say yes and no. It works an awful lot slower, especially from the media, from the television side. You don't use DNA for everything. There's not just one specific test, and that's one of the problems, without going too far off, that we're having in the courtrooms, because all the juries are expecting to get all this kind of evidence that you will see in CSI. It takes a lot of hard work from the investigators who really know what they're doing, who are experienced firefighters, who can help determine the cause and origin of a fire.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Michael, are you still there? I think we may have had some technical difficulties, but are you still there?
I see you, and I'm right there.
Okay, all right. Just wanted to make sure. Sometimes I push a wrong button, or just there's a wrong button that's pushed. So I just wanted to make sure. Okay, all right.
Well, Sheldon, what it was that you pushed it so I was the focus on the screen.
There you go. Okay, we got you
yeah,
up there.
I like
Okay, all right. So your background in terms of education, did you train to be a photographer?
I was on the 7-year plan in college, and I actually ended up going to photography as an art form type of school. Mm-hmm. But what I ended up doing was really learning through being mentored by many photographers here in San Francisco. San Francisco was really, and still is to a large extent, a great hub for advertising and corporate work. And so from Bill Rader to Tom Bano, Tom Mulan, Bob Skelton, these are all some of the top photographers from yesteryear and still working today.
Okay. So what would you say has been one of the most, or the most exciting thing that event that you've photographed in your career? Something come to mind?
Well, you know, I would say when you say excitement, the excitement of being in an actual fire is really, it's pretty unbelievable, you know, all of this commotion going on. But in all actuality, each one is different. I mean, I had the opportunity to photograph Mikhail Gorbachev. I mean, that's pretty neat to be able to say in my bucket list, well, gee, I photographed him. I have photographed some presidents. I followed in the presidential elections here when it was basically in 1984 when San Francisco was the host. You know, to a lot of sports figures that I have had the opportunity to photograph with you, Sheldon. It's really neat. The Bay Area Sports Hall of Fame, which is here in San Francisco, which recognizes players that have either come from San Francisco or have played in the Bay Area. I was at an event where there was people that I grew up with. I mean, Rick Barry was there. We just had the alley-oop guy who we RCO'd, people that I remember when I was growing up, in addition to the Montanas and things like that. So it's really, it's a different thing, but you're having this opportunity to be able to photograph, you know, a head of state or, say, head of Intel. It's just an incredible thing that you have. And for someone who has ADD, attention deficit disorder, it's a great thing because every day it's a new job.
Indeed. Now,